Hey there, space enthusiasts. I'm Jack Steller, and you're listening to Celestial Secrets, where we uncover the mysteries of the universe with a dash of humor and, well, sometimes unexpected guests. Today, we're talking about something that affects literally every single one of us, the sun's 8-minute message to Earth. And, we have two very special guests today.
Greetings, primitive carbon-based life forms. I am Lyra from the Andromeda galaxy, and I must say, your sun is quite, how do you say basic?
Oh, great. Our resident alien critic is here. And yes, everyone, she's actually an alien, like a real one, not just someone in a costume. Though sometimes I wish she was.
I heard that, Jack. My superior auditory receptors pick up everything, including your mumbling about my tentacles last week.
They're just so wiggly. Anyway, we also have another special guest today. Please welcome the sun.
What's up, tiny organism? Sorry about my volume. I'm literally a massive ball of nuclear fusion.
So, could you maybe tone it down a bit? My sound equipment is kind of expensive.
Oh, right. Sorry. Is this better?
Your star is as subtle as a supernova in a quantum field.
Okay, so today we're diving into this whole 8-minute message thing. You know, that crazy fact about how it takes 8 minutes for sunlight to reach Earth. But there's way more to this story than most people know.
Oh, yes. My messages. I send billions of photons every second. It's like the universe's biggest group text.
Actually, on my planet, we have a star that sends quantum encrypted messages through dimensional rifts. But do continue with your primitive photon messaging system.
You know what? Let's start with the basics. Sun, could you explain what exactly you're sending our way?
Well, it's not just light, my tiny friend. I'm basically running the biggest nuclear fusion reactor in your solar system. Every second, I'm converting about 600 million tons of hydrogen into helium, and let me tell you, the energy release is lit, literally.
Was that a pun?
I think it was, but hey, that's actually pretty interesting. So all that energy takes 8 minutes to reach us?
Yep. 499 seconds to be exact. Give or take a few seconds depending on Earth's orbit. It's like ordering space delivery, but the delivery guy is literally light itself.
In my galaxy, we've developed instant quantum entanglement communication. Your 8-minute delay is quite charming, like watching a baby learn to walk.
Okay, but here's the wild part that most people don't know. If the sun suddenly disappeared right now, we wouldn't know for 8 minutes. We'd still see it in the sky, feel its warmth, everything would seem normal for those 8 minutes.
Yeah, but don't worry about that. I'm not going anywhere for at least another 5 billion years, though I do have some retirement plans.
Oh, please, do tell us about your plans to become a red giant and potentially engulf your inner planets. I'm sure your Earth friends would love to hear about that.
Wait, what? Sun, is there something you're not telling us?
Oh, just typical stellar evolution stuff. No big deal. Let's focus on the present. Like how I'm currently sending you guys enough energy in 1 hour to power your entire planet for a year.
Nice deflection there, but we're definitely coming back to that retirement plan thing later. So what exactly is in this 8-minute message? It's not just light, right?
Well, according to my quantum scanners, your sun is sending electromagnetic radiation across the entire spectrum. Radio waves, microwaves, infrared, visible light, ultraviolet, X-rays, and gamma rays. It's basically the universe's most powerful broadcasting station.
Thanks. I've been working on my transmission game for about 4.6 billion years now. Practice makes perfect.
So this is where it gets really wild. The light we're seeing right now actually started its journey in the sun's core thousands of years ago. It's super old light.
Oh yeah, those photons have quite the journey. They bounce around inside me for thousands of years before they finally make it to my surface. It's like the world's longest game of pinball.
On my planet, we have a saying, only a primitive civilization measures time in thousands of years.
You're kind of a space snob, Lyra.
I prefer the term cosmically enlightened.
Hey, at least I'm reliable. I've been sending my 8-minute messages every single day without fail, unlike some stars I know that just randomly decide to go supernova.
So here's something that blows my mind. If the sun disappeared right now, we wouldn't just lose the light. We'd also keep orbiting for another 8 minutes and 20 seconds before we realized gravity was gone.
Actually, that's because gravity waves travel at the same speed as light. Einstein figured that out. Not bad for a species that still thinks cryptocurrency is a good idea.
Speaking of gravity, you should see my gravity well. I've got 8 planets and countless asteroids doing laps around me. It's like a cosmic dance party.
Yeah, but like what would actually happen after those 8 minutes if you disappeared?
Oh, nothing too dramatic. Just total darkness, freezing temperatures, plants dying, oceans freezing over. But hey, let's stay positive.
Your star has such a way with breaking bad news gently.
So like how long would we actually survive?
Well, the good news is you'd have electricity for a while. The bad news is everything would start freezing pretty quickly, but you'd get to see the planets glowing in the sky for about an hour. So, silver lining?
On my planet, we've developed technology to create artificial suns. Just saying.
Of course you have. But let's get back to these messages. So what's the most important thing you're sending us besides light and heat?
Well, there's the solar wind. It's like my personal newsletter, but instead of words, I'm sending charged particles at about 1,000,000 miles per hour.
And this is why advanced civilizations have magnetic shield generators. Your magnetic field is like using an umbrella in a hurricane.
Actually, that's like super interesting. The Earth's magnetic field protects us from the sun's more dangerous messages, right?
Yeah, sorry about that. Sometimes I get a bit too excited and coronal mass ejections, it's like accidentally hitting reply all on a really big email.
A coronal mass ejection once hit my cousin's spaceship. Totally fried their quantum navigation system. Had to pull over at Alpha Centauri for repairs.
So like what happens when these solar storms hit Earth?
Oh, just some pretty auroras. Maybe a few power grid failures, satellite disruptions. It's my way of keeping you on your toes.
Your star seems oddly proud of potentially destroying your technology.
Speaking of destruction, can we circle back to that whole retirement plan thing? What's this about becoming a red giant?
Oh, look at the time. Isn't it time for a commercial break?
We don't do commercial breaks. This is a podcast.
Classic main sequence star behavior. Always trying to avoid talking about their end-of-life plans.
Fine. In about 5 billion years, I'll start running out of hydrogen. Then I'll expand into a red giant, possibly engulf Mercury, Venus, and maybe Earth. But it's nothing personal.
Nothing personal? You're literally talking about eating our planet.
If it makes you feel better, my species has already identified 47 potentially habitable planets for Earth's refugees. Though your primitive technology might need an upgrade to reach them.
You know what? I think we should end this episode before the sun drops any more existential bombs on us. Any final words about your 8-minute message?
Just remember, every morning when you see me rise, you're actually seeing me as I was 8 minutes ago. It's like your whole planet is on a slight delay.
And remember, there are much more advanced stars out there. But I suppose yours is adequate for your current evolutionary stage.
Well, that's all we have time for today. Thanks to our guests, the Sun and Lyra, and thanks to all our listeners for tuning in to another episode of Celestial Secrets. Remember to subscribe and don't forget to look up at the sky once in a while, just maybe not directly at the sun.
Yes, please don't stare at me. I'm very bright and I don't want to hurt your eyes. Goodbye, tiny humans.
Farewell, primitive beings. Try not to worry too much about the red giant thing. You have a few billion years to figure it out.
And that's a wrap. This is Jack Steller signing off until next time, where we'll explore more mysteries of the universe, hopefully with less apocalyptic revelations. Stay curious, space fans.